Donald Trump remains at the center of American politics as president, commanding headlines and dominating the national conversation. Every move he makes draws intense attention, with the media and public closely watching his actions and statements. The start of 2026 has been marked by a series of controversies, dramatic policy shifts, and widespread public outcry, setting a turbulent tone for the year. Major stories include a racist video shared on his social media, sparking outrage and heated debate across the country. There's also a heated government funding battle over immigration, with lawmakers clashing over border security and spending priorities. Trump's divisive takes on cultural events like the Super Bowl have further fueled national debates, drawing both criticism and support. His actions continue to polarize the nation, with passionate supporters praising his leadership and unwavering stance on key issues. Meanwhile, critics warn of deepening divisions, pointing to rising tensions and growing unrest in communities across America. The consequences of his decisions on immigration, the economy, and foreign policy are being felt across the nation, impacting daily life and shaping America's future. A looming government shutdown and fierce debates over economic growth highlight just how high the stakes are for the country right now. His interactions with world leaders and public figures ripple far beyond Washington, influencing America's global standing and alliances. This video breaks down the key events, controversies, and decisions shaping America's turbulent and uncertain start to 2026. President Trump's social media sparked outrage after a racist video depicting the Obamas as apes was posted to his Truth Social account. The post, quickly deleted, drew condemnation from both parties and demands for an apology. The White House blamed a staffer, but critics insist Trump is responsible for his official channels. This isn't Trump's first social media controversy. His posts often bypass traditional media, energizing supporters but fueling division. The incident reignited debates about civility and racism in politics. Many Americans expressed shock and anger, calling the video unacceptable from any leader. Trump's base either accepted the staffer explanation or dismissed the backlash as partisan. The episode highlights the deep polarization in America. Social media remains a battleground for the nation's values and its divisions. Immigration is again at the forefront of national debate as Congress faces a February deadline to fund the Department of Homeland Security. A deadly incident in Minnesota involving federal agents has fueled demands for ICE reforms, like banning masks and requiring warrants for private property arrests. The Trump administration pulled hundreds of agents from Minnesota, but critics call it a political gesture. Trump pushes for stricter voting laws, including the controversial SAVE Act, while making unproven claims about election fraud. Calls for immigration agents at polling places have drawn sharp criticism as voter intimidation. Trump's cultural commentary made headlines when he skipped the Super Bowl, a move that drew both curiosity and criticism from fans and pundits alike. His absence from one of America's biggest sporting events was seen by some as a deliberate statement, while others speculated about his motives. He then slammed Bad Bunny's Spanish-language halftime show as the worst ever, igniting a firestorm on social media and in the press. The performance, which celebrated Latin culture, became a flashpoint for debates about diversity and representation in mainstream American entertainment. Critics called his remarks divisive and culturally intolerant, arguing that such comments only serve to deepen rifts in an already polarized society. Supporters, however, claimed he was simply voicing his honest opinion. During the game, the administration promoted Trump accounts, a plan to give $1,000 to every baby born in the U.S., a proposal that was both bold and controversial. The announcement sparked immediate debate over its cost and feasibility, with some praising the idea as innovative, while others saw it as a political stunt. A pro-ICE ad also aired during the broadcast, despite declining public support for the agency and ongoing controversies surrounding immigration enforcement. Trump then targeted Olympic skier Hunter Hess for expressing mixed feelings about representing the U.S. at the Olympics, questioning his patriotism on social media. He publicly called Hess a real loser, further fueling the controversy and drawing attention to the intersection of sports and politics. The backlash was swift and passionate, with many defending Hess's right to speak out and criticizing Trump for targeting athletes who expressed dissent. Trump's pattern of weighing in on sports and culture often deepens national divides, turning games and performances into battlegrounds for larger social issues. Supporters see candor and strength, critics see alienation and unnecessary provocation. These controversies show how Trump's words and actions continue to shape and split public opinion, leaving a lasting impact on both sports and society. Trump touts a 5.6% GDP growth rate as proof of economic success, crediting deregulation and tax cuts. Supporters point to these numbers as evidence that the administration's economic policies are working, fueling optimism among investors and business leaders. The campaign highlights job creation and a booming stock market as further signs of progress. Yet, inflation remains a major concern, with rising prices eroding family budgets despite wage gains. Everyday essentials like groceries, gas, and rent have become more expensive, forcing many households to make tough choices. For many, the cost of living crisis overshadows positive economic headlines. Many Americans still rate the economy poorly, revealing a disconnect between official numbers and daily reality. Polls show that economic anxiety persists, especially among working-class families and small business owners who feel left behind. Meanwhile, a measles outbreak in South Carolina has reignited vaccine debates. Public health officials are scrambling to contain the spread, while parents and schools face renewed uncertainty. Dr. Mehmet Oz urges vaccination, denying the administration undermined public trust, despite Trump's past skepticism. He emphasizes the importance of science-based decisions and calls for unity in protecting community health. The U.S. withdrawal from the World Health Organization drew criticism, and Illinois has now joined the WHO's global network independently. This move is seen as a statement of commitment to international cooperation on health issues, even as national policy remains divided. These moves highlight deep divisions over public health policy. Communities are split, with passionate voices on both sides of the vaccine and health regulation debates. Economic and health crises are testing the administration's leadership. The government faces mounting pressure to deliver solutions that address both immediate needs and long-term stability. The stakes are high for families and communities nationwide. Many are looking for reassurance and concrete action as uncertainty grows. The debate over facts versus political messaging continues to shape public perception, making it harder for Americans to find common ground in a time of crisis. The Trump administration claims victory over Iran, citing sanctions that triggered a bank collapse and deadly protests. Officials argue these measures curb Iran's nuclear ambitions, but the human cost is high. On the diplomatic front, Trump congratulated Japan's new Prime Minister, Sanae Takaichi, and plans a White House meeting to discuss trade and security. However, Trump's approach has also alienated allies at home. Excluding Democratic governors from a White House event led the National Governors Association to withdraw its support, deepening partisan rifts. In the courts, a man was sentenced to life for a 2024 assassination attempt on Trump, underscoring the era's volatility. The administration's foreign and domestic moves continue to spark controversy. America's global and internal divisions are on full display. The first months of 2026 reveal Trump as a polarizing force, with every action fueling fierce debate. From social media scandals to immigration battles and economic claims, the nation's divisions are sharper than ever. Public health crises and partisan showdowns over voting laws and redistricting add to the turmoil. Excluding political opponents and promoting unproven election fraud claims deepen mistrust. These events aren't isolated, they're part of a larger struggle over America's direction. As the year unfolds, the choices made by leaders and citizens will shape the nation's future. The story of 2026 is still being written, and its outcome remains uncertain.